this this latest episode of Doctor Who, it works. It introduces a concept that's been introduced before during the Tom Baker era of Doctor Who, that timelines can be altered. There was. I'll put a clip in the descriptions below to show how this has been presented, that certain if a being is capable of travelling through time, they can alter timelines so that something happened. Things happened differently in that timeline from what events were different in that timeline from what they were at the point when you existed at that timeline, and this concept is introduced, there's a scene in the Pyramids of Mars where Sarah Jane Smith what looks out through the doors of the TARDIS and finds just nothing but desolation and devastation in the year 1980. But it wasn't like that when she was existing, when she was in the year 1980, because it hadn't happened yet. Someone had changed the course of history, and in this episode of Doctor Who called The Devil's Chord, the same thing had happened. So it was sort of resurrecting an old idea. There was an episode of I think it was from the John Pertwee era, where the Master was looking at the Clangers on TV. The Clangers was a children's programme, and the Master was watching it on TV, saying it seemed to be a rather interesting extraterrestrial life form or something like that, and someone told him it was only puppets for children. Well, in a more recent episode of Doctor Who, the Master is watching the Teletubbies on TV, and he seems to think that they're real as well. But the script writers for Doctor Who have probably seen a great many of the old episodes, so that they're experts on it, aren't they? But this concept where the Doctor opens the TARDIS doors and his assistant walks out and sees nothing but desolation and devastation in the time period where they came from. That's happened before. It's happened before during the Tom Baker era. So the whole concept of being introduced back into the show every so often. But this in this episode called The Devil's Chord, this maestro has taken everyone's musical talent and altered the course of history. That's what's been done. And the Doctor and his assistant Ruby have a task of getting everything back to normal again, getting events back to normal again, so that everything will happen as it should have done, not as the maestro wanted it to happen.